I'd like to introduce our final act for the evening. My good friend, Lili Huston-Herterich.
Let's get down to business. Give me one more time, will you be my witness? There's just a million people doing things like this. Whoa, let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. One more time, will you be my witness? There's just a million people doing things like this. Whoa, let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. One more time, will you be my witness? There's just a million people doing things like this. Whoa, let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. One more time, will you be my witness? There's just a million people doing things like this. Whoa, let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. One more time, will you be my witness? There's just a million people doing things like this. Oh, let's get down to business. Hi there. I know that we're on borrowed time. We're on borrowed time, and I'm going to do a method because I need to teach you something, and I need to teach it to you quickly, and I understand this is something that we all have to go through, and no one wants to do it. So I'm going to do it quickly, and I'm going to do it quickly, all right? So you all know what this is. You've seen it before, I'm sure. And let's get going. All right, let's go. Let's do the first one, okay? The first one. Let's figure this one out. This one says, wear completedness like a costume. Wear completedness like a costume, because really what everyone needs to take you seriously is a finished thing, something that is complete, something that makes them feel comfortable approaching you. Wear it as if it is a costume. You can take it off later. All you need to do is put it on your body and just prance around with it until you're no longer being watched. And then you can simply take it off and go home and relax. Let's see. Next one. Oh, it's a long one. Good thing this is being timed. I know you all have very busy schedules. When you exceed your need, get rid of the excess with intention. This is coming a bit earlier than I had planned. This is coming a little bit earlier than I had planned, but I wanted to let you know that I brought something for you. And it's within the budget, and I thought that I should just distribute it so that you'd be able to figure it out yourselves. Sorry about that. This is a health and safety seminar, and I just transgressed the health. Define how you fan. Listen, you're fanning all the time. You're fan girls, you're fan boys, you're fan people. Define how you fan. If you take a look at who you're looking at and define how you're looking at them, and maybe take another step forward and approach them a little bit, then you can define how you fan and repeat yourself. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it doesn't make sense. Sorry, let me do it again. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it doesn't make sense. Take your time, figure it out, swallow it for a second, and return to it later. You might even never understand it. And it means because that's just how it is. Trust your neurodivergence. On the way here, I booked a 1-hour stop in Stockholm. And it turned out to actually be a 25-hour stop in Stockholm because I have problems with numbers and I didn't understand the dates properly, nor the times. What did I do in Stockholm? Reconnected with a friend. Circumstantially, she was there. If you make a mistake, listen to that mistake If you're off kilter in some kind of social or emotional way, think about what off kilter even means. Acknowledge your dependencies. To whom are you dependent? Thank you, Hania. A whole bunch of people, me, you right now, everyone here that has been listed and named and not named and also is on this money that I just distributed. Take time to figure out to whom you're dependent on and what. Repeat yourself and notice the inevitable change. 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 If I may quote Gabriel, if I may quote Kit, if I may quote Gabriel, and if I may quote Kit, repeat yourself and notice the inevitable change. Repeat yourself and notice the inevitable change. Repeat yourself and notice the inevitable change. Resist linear time. 10 minutes past the deadline for our booking of this venue. Resist linear time, travel backwards, travel forwards, slow down, speed up. It isn't really about moving always towards. Often it's about moving back, often it's about staying still, often it's about stopping in the winter. Perennial, circular, keep it going to the point where you can survive and not suffer. Embezzle. My favorite word, the sexiest word, embezzle with 2 Z's, embezzle. And it means take it, and it means put it in places that no one thought you were going to put it. It means grab it from somewhere, time, money, energy, focus, and actually sneak it into routes that you wouldn't expect to be. Witness as a care gesture, which means recognize where you're sitting right now is indeed something that is a care gesture that is active. You witnessing your attention is a currency. Witnessing as a care gesture is something that ends up becoming exchangeable, remunerable, and also exploited. Make sure you understand where you're putting your attention, and also understand that it is a care gesture and not one that is to be taken for granted. Leave traces. Leave traces everywhere. Leave traces on the ground. Leave traces what you touch. Make something look like you've actually handled it. Or as a matter of fact, make sure you can leave a little secret note to show that you've been there, or maybe what you thought of that place. Leave a little trace. Don't take. Don't stab. But perhaps leave a moment where you can understand for you or others to return back to. Ask for consent. Consent is sexy. We all know that. We've all done that. It's really, really sexy. But if you ask for consent, it means that you're also participating in some kind of dialogue with whomever you are listening as someone that you are dependent to, or whatever you're dependent to. And if there isn't a method to ask for consent from a city that you are indebted to for your own development, then figure out a way to speak to the city. If it involves money, do not pretend it does not involve money. I'm not trying to be in a room where it is all about money, and it's all been made with money, and no one is talking about the fact that money is in the room. As a matter of fact, we can't talk about the fact that money is in the room. It would ruin the experience. Do not run on energetic deficits. Do not run on your own energetic deficit. This is a pretty simple one. We all understand that. Do not run on anyone else's energetic deficit, and really notice when you're doing that, because you're probably doing it and you don't recognize that. Do not run on energetic deficits. What is the most essential key to this learning mechanism, and it's one that we've always had problems teaching at our company, and we're trying to figure out ways in which we can. It's the last one. Reject a sense of urgency. Reject a sense of urgency. What could possibly be? There are so many things that are urgent. There are so many things that are urgent where people's lives are at risk. And there is absolutely nothing in our field that is urgent. There's nothing in our field that is produced or distributed or disseminated that is urgent, and there is no conversation or email that needs to be replied to at a certain amount of days. There's no text message that is required to be responded to within minutes or seconds or days or whatever other unit of time that I can't forget, because we're not doing linear time. We're rejecting a sense of urgency, and we're going to continue, and we're going to make our own deadlines, and we're going to meet deadlines consensually, and we're going to meet each other at those deadlines and revel and be joyful in those deadlines and the ways that they brought us together. We're not going to stagnate, because there is no stagnation. There is just non-linear time, cyclical time, and there is also no sense of urgency. What's really ironic is that I'm supposed to have 30 seconds to present each one of these keynotes to you, and right now I am almost certain that this has exceeded 30 seconds. So it's quite apt that this is a rejection of urgency, and I accept that resistance to who is on the keyboard right now, who is already enacting the methods in which I am presenting. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.